In searching for the distance Pete Buttigieg was a phony, I came across this. After a Portland high school underwent a name change in January due to problematic racial history of its original namesake, former President Woodrow Wilson, district officials now find themselves in quandary over finalizing the school's mascot due to concerns over possible lynching connotations. The mascot in question? Evergreen trees. The school's current mascot is the Trojans, but a committee consisting of students, staff, and community members arrived at the Evergreens as a new mascot of what's now called Ida B. Wells-Barnett High School. This is according to the Portland Tribune. And they have a tree as the mascot.
Well, nobody was hung from evergreens.
Right.
But, an evergreen does not connote toughness or victory or pride.
It's just
or
kind of
anything.
there.
It's a non-action figure. I mean, even the guy, the whatever it is that represents the wild,
Nordy?
whatever that
Nordy,
is.
yeah, I don't know what that is.
At least it has a heartbeat.
It's a Nordy.
Evergreens are characterized by the life-giving force of their foliage, the strengths of their massive trunk, and the depth of their roots. In an individual tree and as a forest of trees, Ellen Watmore, a teacher at the high school and mascot committee member, read from a resolution. They provide shelter and sustenance. They have histories that preclude us and will continue in perpetuity after we are no more. But the outlet said, the Portland Tribune, said that just prior to last Tuesday's vote by the Portland Public Schools Board of Education to approve the new mascot, the mascot is a tree, remember, Director Michelle DePass shared the community concerns that evergreens could connote lynching, particularly since new namesake Wells-Barnett was a black activist and Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist who wrote about and spoke against lynching. What have I told you?
Wow.
We are surrounded by insanity.
Yep.
Yeah.
That is insanity.
Samer theory, Samer.
They can find evil in every little innocuous thing. Amazing. I'm assuming this is, you didn't say, I'm assuming this is Portland, Oregon, correct?
Yeah.
And isn't it ironic that the evergreen is also it was ground zero for the woke movement?
Yes.
Which started just a few years ago with Brett and Heather.
I'm wondering if there was any concern with the imagery there in using a tree as our mascot to pass ask the
evergreen tree
and mascot committee. I think everyone comes with blind spots, and I think that might have really been a big blind spot. School principal Philip Heuristic told the board that we take this seriously, and I definitely want to follow that commitment to protect, preserve, and promote the legacy of Ida B. Wells, adding that the committee hadn't spoken to the Wells-Barnett family specifically about the mascot. The focus and opportunity was really to marry this sentiment that we heard from a lot of our stakeholders during our naming process. Just foghorn this whole thing, Rook, which was a desire for a local connection, Hysteric said, according to the Tribune. Ida B. Wells was somebody who stood strong and proud against what Woodrow Wilson and many others promoted. So now the whole thing is on hold. They're unclear as to whether they can go forward with an evergreen tree as their mascot. This is insanity.
I mean, process that. I picture an evergreen tree, a little skinny at the top. It fattens out, and then there's no branches.
The fact that you can't process it is my proof that it's insanity. This is too insane.
Is it power washing? Is that the term you came up with? Because it's just as ludicrous as the guy seeing the steps being power washed and somehow attributed that to racism.
Well, we're power washing a tree.
I know. It would have to be a tree, a hardwood tree with a branch and a rope hanging from it for me to even.
Now that
think
would
that.
okay. Then I would be a little bit closer. Yes.
Now I would look at that and go racist.
That's not good. We got to get rid of that. Not a
But
Christmas
an evergreen
tree.
No,
You know what?
Right, Christmas. You're right.
You know what? It is power washing. The left turns everything they touch into darkness.
Yeah.
Into darkness.
Yeah.
An evergreen tree. It has never This passes the power washing test. It has never occurred to a rational human being to look at an evergreen tree. I have many in my yard. To look at an evergreen tree and think, hanging. That's never occurred yet.
No.
Never.
Oh my word.
That's quite a stretch.
The left
Quite a stretch.
turns everything dark. God, they hate
it's-
people.
Oh, they hate themselves, Joe.
They
What a
must hate
miserable-
themselves.
It's a miserable existence. There is no good in the world except for the good they do.